So, Lord, my dread is that I feel like I've been doing a lot of the healing with you, where we go to the stuff where I feel I've been wounded or neglected or all of my, stuff like that. And now I feel like I'm hitting a phase where my kids are in high school or going into high school, and it's stirring up memories from me being in high school during that time, where I feel like there's a lot of just shame and things from but not knowing you and the way I acted, and I just don't really want to bring that up. So I kind of feel like I'm talking to him. I kind of feel like I'm talking into the air, Like, Lord, I know it's, I feel like you've done so much work with me when I was littler, where it's easy to be compassionate for me, and then I feel like when I'm older, more responsible for what I'm doing, I feel like there's, perhaps there won't be as much grace there or something, because it's more me doing things on my own will and intentionally versus people doing things to me or omitting doing things.
You're more responsible. You're more guilty and should appropriately be ashamed for doing bad stuff. That's your fault, not somebody else. Got you.
I'd be mortified if my kids were the way I was.
There you go.
I would be mortified.
I would be mortified if my kids were the way
I don't want them running around making out with random people. I mean, it's so embarrassing to say this at my age, but it was like I was just seeking attention and affection.
Yeah. And so, just see if you can sense, can you feel any condemnation or anger or disgust or unhappiness coming back from Jesus?
It's almost like I got a sense from he's sad too. He said too, I needed to look elsewhere for, to feel loved.
Yeah. So sadness as opposed to disgust or anger or judgment or withdrawal or I don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to check on something because what we usually see is the more comfortable the person becomes, they're willing to allow Jesus to be more present. You do this kind of work and you check every 10 minutes and the person says, oh, well, yeah, it's okay with me for him to be closer. And what do you know? I can perceive his presence more clearly. So I want to just check on that teenager in there. Would it be okay with you if he was more present? As we're just kind of having this conversation with all that.
So there's something complicated just that came up when you just said that. It's like, because I recognize that Jesus is a man. And when I was in high school, guys were only interested in me because they thought I was pretty or whatever.
Right.
But it wasn't because they liked my personality. Well, maybe, but it wasn't because of who I am. And so if I see there's something complicated about seeing Jesus as a man.
So that teenager, let's just put that around the table. Hey, Jesus, my experience is that guys basically are interested in my body, in my appearance, I'm afraid that you're going to be like that, basically. I mean, I'm afraid you're a guy. I'm afraid you're going to be like other guys. And that feels bad. So what about that, Jesus? And sometimes it'll just move just by naming it. If it feels like there's still something there, a real simple way we can help with this one is we go pick a memory or two where, okay, there is Peter Johnson from my junior year, and all he wanted whenever we would get together is to make out. Jesus, could you please be in this memory? And what the person immediately can feel is, here is the man who, Jesus is on one side, like, oh, he's different, and you can feel it. And then it kind of disconnects.
Yeah, I can.
So that teenager, let's just give that a try. Pick a memory where there's a guy that feels like all he's interested in is your body and doesn't even see your personality or your heart or your mind. So, okay, Jesus, I invite you to be with me here. Help me to perceive your presence.
So I can kind of see Jesus sitting at the top of the stair and just kind of sitting there, but not. Like he doesn't have an agenda.
Huh. Yeah, huh.
He doesn't have an agenda. Yeah.
Right, right.
Huh.
That feels different than the guys in high school. Yeah. And you can feel it.
Yeah, because it's not there. It's not.
Yeah.
Like I don't sense any ulterior motives or he's trying to
Yes.
trick me. Or,
You can feel
Yeah.
that Jesus feels different than the other guys in high school. And you can feel it. Does it feel good to have him there?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It feels good to have him there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have an agenda, you mentioned earlier. He feels calm and relaxed.
No, I don't feel like I'm being watched or judged. Or,
Yeah, right. Not being judged.
Like he sees me, and I'm not. I don't feel ashamed.
Huh. Yeah. Isn't that cool? You don't feel judgment. You don't feel like he's disgusted. You don't feel the shame. You don't feel fearful. You can tell he doesn't have an agenda. Yeah.
I didn't think it's like I didn't feel like that was possible at first.
Yeah.
I just thought it was going to be so much more painful and awful. It's so beautiful that you're so worried you're going to feel shame or embarrassment or something, and then he just doesn't do that.
Isn't that amazing? So here you are, making out with this guy. Jesus is sitting right next to you.
And that feels totally, it sounds weird, but it feels, I'm just really glad he's there.
Well, and the enemy, of course, wants to make you think, oh my goodness, the righteous Lamb of God. I mean, the last thing in the world you want in the middle of one of your shameful memories
is for Jesus
to show up. Oh my goodness, your dirtiness is going to be so much worse compared to his beautiful cleanness. Yeah. You think it's going to be so much more shameful and horrible. And the truth is, he's so utterly, unconditionally loving.
Well, and he's just like, I remember you would ask me some question, and it's just like, do you feel shame or anything else? I'm like, or do I still think Jesus is good? And it's like, well, yes, because like he's not like that. He's not going to judge me like people judge me, and that felt really, 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 really true and really good. That he's just not like that.